The media is absolutely fawning over a moment shared between George W. Bush and Bill Clinton the other night. Let's run the clip here, then I want to vomit afterwards.
The best thing can happen to you in your politics is to be consistently underestimated.
I was pretty good at that.
Last thing before we go tonight, former Presidents George W. Bush and William J. Clinton spoke at a presidential leadership forum in Dallas, Texas tonight. And in what seems to be a partisan political landscape these days, there is one friendship worth remembering. As Bush 43 called it tonight, one of the most unique and important relationships in U.S. history, that of his father, Bush 41, and President Clinton.
He was humble in victory, which is very important in dealing with other people. And I think Dad was willing to rise above the political contest. In other words, it starts with the individual's character. And both men, in my judgment, displayed strong character. And therefore, the friendship was able to be formed. Right. Now, why do I have a friendship with him? Well, because he's called a brother with a different mother.
Former President George W. Bush tonight at the library that bears his name.
I really dislike the veneration of former presidents simply based on the fact that they're former presidents. Look, you have to earn that. You have to earn it. And they didn't earn it. I mean, of course, Clinton wasn't as bad as Bush, but he was pretty bad. I mean, he signed Gramm-Leach-Bliley, which repealed Glass-Steagall. It's one of the reasons why we had the subprime mortgage crisis in the Great Recession. He signed NAFTA. That's not good. When you look at George W. Bush, do I even need to get into it? War in Iraq, war in Afghanistan, Guantanamo Bay, torture. The list goes on and on. You know, hundreds of thousands of civilians killed under him. Tax cuts for the rich, deregulation of Wall Street even further. Patriot Act. Like, I part of me is like, whatever, Kyle, relax. They're just doing, quick little thing at the end of the show. But I don't know, man. There's something really, broken about a society that kind of venerates people solely based on their title, their title. Like, no, you need to... And that's the other thing. Notice, the stories that they tell and what they're showing here, what is it about? It's about, personal anecdotes. Like, oh, I met him and he was nice, and it was about being humble in victory, and it's good to be underestimated, and yada, yada. You want to know why they are talking about that stuff and covering that stuff? Because what the fuck policy accomplishments are they going to talk about? What'd they actually do for the country? If you have a conversation about FDR, within the first minute, somebody goes, New Deal. New Deal. New Deal. Tremendous. Amazing. You talk about these guys, yeah, it was cool. He had a relationship with my dad, and they were friendly, and they were humble, and it's good to be underestimated, and personal anecdotes, stories about, how they are when they're one-on-one. It's never, hey, remember when you did X, Y, and Z, because X, Y, and Z, the overwhelming majority of the time with these two, was negative. So, I don't know, man. I know I'm a little bit. I know I'm a lot of a curmudgeon and stuff, but it just annoys me, the veneration for veneration's sake. The job of the media is to be a watchdog of those in power, not to do their casual fluff pieces like we're seeing here, where you portray them, giggly, yay, ex-presidents, look at them. It's like a buddy comedy. Look at them. They're wacky, and they're gonna go to fucking Denny's together, and they're gonna make jokes with the waitress. Stop. I don't like it. Yeah, so there you go. Maybe I'm being a little too much of a curmudgeon, but it annoys me. It annoys me when we put people like that on a pedestal when they didn't earn it. I mean, what is it that Noam Chomsky said? If the Nuremberg laws were upheld, every post-World War II American president would be hanged. Damn, son.